In August 2025, the Philippines and Australia announced a landmark defense agreement, a direct response to China's growing assertiveness in the South China Sea. This region has been a flashpoint for territorial disputes, with multiple nations laying claim to its strategic waters. The Pact, set for formalization in 2026, marks a strategic shift, moving beyond symbolic gestures to real, coordinated defense. It signifies a deeper commitment to mutual security and regional stability. Philippine Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro and Australian Defense Minister Richard Marles jointly declared their commitment to a rules-based international order. They emphasized the importance of upholding international law and ensuring peace in the region. The agreement will boost joint military drills, enhancing the interoperability of their forces, and develop defense infrastructure at 5 key Philippine locations, which will serve as strategic points for rapid deployment and logistical support, enhancing both nations' operational capabilities. This will allow for more effective responses to regional threats and humanitarian crises. This move gives Australia greater access in a vital region, enabling quicker mobilization and support, and strengthens deterrence against potential aggressors. It sends a clear message that any aggressive actions will be met with a unified response. For the Philippines, it's a bold step to diversify security partnerships and balance China's power. This diversification is crucial for maintaining sovereignty and regional influence. The timing during joint military exercises underscores a strategy of matching words with action. It demonstrates a readiness to defend shared interests. Months of negotiation have led to a pact that could reshape regional security. This agreement is a testament to the power of diplomacy and strategic alliances. Both nations recognize that Indo-Pacific security is shared, and threats to one are threats to all. This collective security approach is vital for long-term peace. This initiative aims to preempt conflict by building a united front, ensuring international law and freedom of navigation are respected. It seeks to create a stable and secure maritime environment. The Philippines-Australia Pact signals a new era of proactive, networked security in the Indo-Pacific. It represents a forward-looking approach to regional defense and cooperation. The Pact's core goal is clear: to build a robust and united front against external threats in the region. Its primary aim is to deter Chinese aggression in the South China Sea, where tensions have steadily escalated over recent years. Philippine Defense Secretary Teodoro points to a deep trust deficit with Beijing, fueled by China's repeated disregard for international law and established maritime boundaries. The agreement significantly strengthens the Philippines' ability to defend its territory and safeguard its maritime rights, providing a much-needed sense of security for its people. Enhanced joint training and more complex military exercises will improve both nations' operational readiness, allowing them to respond swiftly and effectively to any potential threats. The Philippines gains access to advanced Australian technology and military expertise, elevating its defense capabilities to new heights. Meanwhile, Australia hones its skills in the region's unique and challenging environment, preparing its forces for real-world scenarios in Southeast Asia. Upgraded defense infrastructure at 5 key Philippine sites will serve as vital logistical hubs and forward bases, supporting both nations' forces and enabling rapid deployment if needed. This tangible investment extends Australia's strategic reach and embeds the alliance more deeply in the region, making cooperation seamless. The Pact sends a clear message: the Philippines is not alone, and its partners are steadfastly committed to its defense and sovereignty. By raising the cost of aggression, Manila and Canberra aim to prevent conflict, not provoke it, demonstrating that deterrence is about maintaining peace, not escalating tensions. The agreement reinforces peaceful dispute resolution and a rules-based order, aligning with international norms in the interests of the global community. It's a proactive step to keep the South China Sea open, stable, and secure for all, ensuring freedom of navigation and prosperity in the region. The Pact's announcement coincided with the ALON joint military exercises, ALON meaning wave in Filipino. These drills, involving the Philippines, Australia, and Canada, showcase growing international resolve for Indo-Pacific security. A joint sail through the South China Sea directly challenges Beijing's expansive claims, asserting freedom of navigation. Amphibious assaults, live fire, and surveillance drills test real-world crisis response and strengthen multinational cooperation. For the Philippines, training with advanced militaries modernizes doctrine and boosts tactical proficiency. The ALON exercises symbolize a united front against coercion and a commitment to regional stability. While China calls such drills provocative, they are vital for deterrence and preparedness. The waves from Milan are both strategic and diplomatic, signaling a shift in the region's balance. The pact and exercises are a direct response to years of rising tensions, driven by China's aggressive actions in the South China Sea. The second Thomas Shoal, guarded by Filipino Marines, is a flashpoint. Chinese vessels routinely harass Philippine supply missions there. These gray zone tactics create a high-risk environment, pushing Manila to seek stronger alliances. The South China Sea's strategic value, vital trade routes and energy reserves, raises the stakes for all claimants. China's sweeping claims clash with those of the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations, fueling constant friction. Under President Marcos Jr., the Philippines has shifted to a more assertive, alliance-driven strategy. The pact with Australia is central to rebalancing the region and upholding international law. 2025 marks 50 years of Philippines-China diplomatic ties, a relationship defined by swings between cooperation and confrontation. The power imbalance is stark. China's economic and military might often forces Manila to balance engagement with pushback. Domestic politics in the Philippines, shaped by public opinion and nationalism, drive frequent shifts in policy toward Beijing. The enduring U.S.-Philippines alliance has long served as Manila's strategic anchor, offering security and shaping every leader's calculations. This alliance also promotes democratic values, deepening the divide with China's authoritarian model. The new pact with Australia reflects Manila's need to diversify partnerships amid ongoing tensions. These three factors, power imbalance, domestic politics, and the U.S. alliance, define the complex context of today's regional dynamics. The Australia deal is the latest chapter in a long, turbulent relationship. In July 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled in favor of the Philippines, invalidating China's sweeping South China Sea claims. The ruling clarified Philippine maritime rights and provided a legal basis for challenging China's actions. However, Beijing rejected the decision outright, intensifying its activities in Philippine waters. China's refusal to comply has fueled frustration in Manila and eroded trust. The Duterte administration set aside the ruling for economic ties, but Marcos Jr. has made it central to foreign policy. Manila now invokes the 2016 award to rally international support and assert its rights. The new pact with Australia is a direct response to China's intransigence. It recognizes that legal victories must be backed by credible security. The Philippines is turning legal leverage into real-world deterrence. The U.S.-Philippines alliance, anchored by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, remains Manila's security bedrock. Decades of joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and U.S. military aid have built deep cooperation. The expanded Defense Cooperation Agreement now gives U.S. forces access to more Philippine bases, strengthening deterrence. This security umbrella allows Manila to pursue new partnerships like the Australia Pact without appearing isolated. The alliance also reinforces democratic values, aligning the Philippines with Western partners. The U.S. encourages its allies to build stronger ties, creating a networked Indo-Pacific security architecture. The Australia deal complements, not replaces, the U.S. alliance, layering regional security. Together, these partnerships anchor the Philippines against rising geopolitical competition. The Philippines-Australia Pact is part of a broader web of Indo-Pacific tensions, shaped by the ongoing rivalry between the United States and China. This rivalry is not just about military might, but also about influence, trade, and the future direction of the region. As global competition intensifies, middle powers like the Philippines and Australia are forging new alliances for security and economic stability. These countries are increasingly aware that their choices today will shape the balance of power for years to come. Recent U.S. tariffs on China and India have pushed New Delhi and Beijing closer on trade, highlighting shifting alliances and the unpredictable nature of global partnerships. Economic interests are now deeply intertwined with security concerns. In this environment, Manila and Canberra are aligning with the U.S.-led camp to balance China's rise, seeking to ensure their own sovereignty and regional stability. The pact fits into a trend of minilateral groupings, like AUKUS and the Quad, creating overlapping security networks that are more flexible and responsive than traditional alliances. These partnerships offer resilience and reduce vulnerability to coercion, allowing countries to better withstand external pressures and sudden crises. The Philippines-Australia deal is a calculated move to shape, not just react to, the region's future, signaling a new era of strategic foresight among middle powers. Middle powers are asserting agency, building a more stable and inclusive Indo-Pacific by taking initiative and collaborating with like-minded nations. The Pact is a proactive step in a turbulent era, reflecting a broader determination to shape the region's destiny rather than be swept along by larger powers. The Philippines-Australia Pact sends a strong message to Beijing. Regional actors are uniting against coercion. China's strategy of isolating claimants is being undermined by new coalitions. The pact boosts the Philippines' defenses and extends Australia's reach, complicating any adversary's plans. Infrastructure upgrades create a more resilient, distributed allied presence. Greater interoperability and a sustained Australian presence strengthen the first island chain's defense. Diplomatically, the pact encourages other Southeast Asian nations to consider similar partnerships. Alliances are evolving, not fading in the Indo-Pacific. Manila and Canberra are actively shaping the region's future, promoting a multipolar order. This is more than a bilateral deal, it's a strategic shift with far-reaching consequences. The pact may mark a turning point, ushering in a new era of collective defense and cooperation in Asia.